Hi, my name is Celeste Drake, and today I will be talking about feminism and how toxic the movement has become through the lens of a famous superhero by the name of Wonder Woman, aka Diana. Feminism and equality tend to go hand in hand, with a common definition of feminism being the social, financial, and political equality of men and women. However, modern day feminism seems to be mostly about women and their rights, their problems, their issues, and seems to leave out men out of the conversation. And they use tactics that are mostly aggressive, harmful, and deceptive to get their narratives, their ideas, their side of the debate across, while leaving other people who call themselves anti-feminist, people who don't agree with leftist ideals and politics, to be silent and pushed to the side. Now I'd like to specifically talk about Wonder Woman and give a bit of an introduction to her character for people who might not know who she is. Wonder Woman is a DC animated character that became a feminist symbol, a feminist icon about the ideal woman and what a woman should be. And some of the traits that she possesses is truth, in presenting your truth, living your truth, being strong, independent, and above all, just being a respectable and peaceful person, living for peace rather than violence. Violence is a last tactic that she definitely tries to use when battling or fighting people, giving people a chance to turn themselves in and be a good, upstanding citizen. So from there, I would like to specifically discuss why feminism has taken some of these traits to the extreme and why they have a need to overly define what a female is. Women come in all different shapes and sizes and personalities. Majority of the time, women are more emotional, they are more nurturing in nature, more motherly, and they are more able to connect with emotions rather than men, who are typically more aggressive in nature. Sometimes they are the hunter-gatherer archetype, and even with these boxes that people tend to put themselves in and are now trying to break out of, there are still standards that are created to help us know that this is normal and this is abnormal. And when you begin to break down those standards and take away those standards, you begin to have a blurry and murky line where people get confused. People have misunderstandings of what a woman actually is and what a woman isn't. I like looking at Wonder Woman as an example of what women should aspire to be, because she is constantly trying to be her best self. She uses her emotions and she uses her brain to figure out situations. She's a strong female on a team mostly dominated by, men. And she uses her nurturing and her motherly senses in a way to help people feel better about themselves. She is, in fact, in my opinion, a great feminist icon. However, third wave feminism has let down the notion that Wonder Woman is, in fact, a honorable person. Next, I like to talk about the hypocrisy within feminism and why a lot of what feminists say is very hypocritical, and specifically targeting how they talk and speak about men and narratives about men. First, I like to talk about a quote by Christina Hoff Sumner, who wrote a book called Who Stole Feminism? And the quote is, "Once we get into the habit of regarding women as a subjugated gender, I'm primed to be alarmed, angry, and resentful of men as oppressors of women." This quote, in my opinion, seems to greatly capture what third wave feminism is. They talk and discuss about things that are not completely true. It's not to say that discrimination does not happen, and there are men out there that do want to oppress women. However, we do not live in a society where women are legally bound to the household, where women are legally bound to stay at home and take care of kids. Women are allowed to go to the workforce and work and have abortion rights, and even go as far as to have rights that benefit women over men, such as divorce courts that seem to favor women over men. Sentencing in prisons, women tend to have lighter sentencing compared to men, who get harsher sentencing. Even with these things in mind, feminists still believe that they are victims of a system that does not seem to really be out to destroy or hurt women. Specifically in Wonder Woman, animated film of 2009, there is a scene where Diana first enters New York with Steve Trevor, and she sees a little girl who is sitting on the sidelines crying because the boys won't let her play because she's supposed to be the girl and she's supposed to be hurt. The first child that Diana sees is a female that is, in a sense, being oppressed.
Children. Steve, I've never seen children before. What's wrong, little one?
They won't let me play pirates with them.
And why not?
Because I'm the girl and they need someone to save. It's okay. I don't even know how to sword fight.
Neither do they. In battle, they'd be slaughtered instantly. Would you like me to teach you how to sword fight? They're using the horizontal cut, but in close like they are, the thrust is a better move as it's more likely to cause real injury and less likely to be blocked by your opponent. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
Now go, unleash hell.
That was sweet, teaching her to disembowel her playmates like that.
However, she takes preconceived notions and things that are taught by her mother and applies it to the whole entire situation, which is not true. Not every female in New York is being oppressed. But Diana doesn't think further than that. Her naiveness gets in the way, and she begins to associate women in America or in the New World as being brainwashed from birth, to believe that they are weaker than men. Eventually, Steve Trevor gets tired of hearing Diana talk poorly about men and about some of the women within the society, and tells her that he didn't save her because she was a woman, but rather she was a comrade, she was a friend. And the fact that the Amazons isolated themselves from the world was one of the worst things that they could have done. And I agree with that completely. It's a very sound argument. isolating yourself and staying within your own world, your own mindset, is the best way to become ignorant and unable to work with others and find common ground, something that many third wave feminists tend to go towards, and they live within their own worlds and within their own minds and refuse to believe anything other than oppression, victimization, and things of that nature.
Did you stop Ares?
No, I didn't. I couldn't.
What? Why not?
I had to save you. Ow!
I didn't need you to save me. I needed you to stop Ares.
Hey, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be here right now.
I'm an Amazon, Steve. We're prepared from birth to give our lives in battle. I knew what the consequences were going into this mission. I bet you would have acted differently if I were a man.
Oh, playing the sex card again, are you? You know what? I've had just about enough of listening to you go on about how terrible men are.
Does the truth hurt, Steve?
Newsflash! The Amazons ain't so perfect either. You act brave, but cutting yourselves off from the outside world was cowardly. Not to mention, stupid. Like less communication between men and women is what the world needed.
How dare you?
No, I'm not done. You met your first man, what, like 15 minutes ago? And you think you have us all figured out? Well, I'm sorry. But not everything a man does is to further some misogynistic agenda. We don't hold doors open or pull out chairs for women because we're trying to keep you down. And I didn't save you because I thought you were some damsel in distress. I saved you because I care about you, Diana. And I'm not gonna abandon a friend in need, man or woman.